Hello and good afternoon. Happy New Year. This is Amanda, your art teacher, and I'm here in my room and I'm going to be making a quick video to show you a couple techniques and things that I use to do oil painting. So I'm going to be working on this little lady in the gazebo from the Norfolk Botanical Garden in Virginia. I've wanted to paint this for a while and today is the day. So I have my canvas, I have my computer, which is on its last legs, and I tried to make a video on my iPhone, but it wasn't connecting for some reason, so I promise new year, new setup. That's the goal. So right now we're going to be making an oil painting medium. What is an oil painting medium? It's a substance that you add to your paint to give it different effects. There are many different oil painting mediums. I only use a few. There's a whole world out there. So feel free to go explore that for yourself. Two common ones that I really like to use are the Gamblin Neomegalith and this maintains the body of oil colors, increases transparency and flow, and imparts a smooth, silky feel. And gives a satin gloss, and I really love this stuff. It's great for blending. And then I also use Winsor & Newton liquid, and this is an additive you add to your oil paint to make it thinner, glossier, and it dries really fast. And when you use oil paint, sometimes you want it to dry fast, so you can work on it more. I decided that I'm going to start using more just oil to dilute my oil paintings. I really like how creamy and smooth oil is when you mix with oil paint. And this is refined linseed oil. It has like a goldish tone to it. And so I'm going to make my own medium. There's different ratios you can use. It depends on what you're going for. If you want a more matte finish to your painting, I would suggest you use mostly paint thinner. This is Gamblin Gamsol odorless paint thinner. It's great. This is good stuff. And today I'm going to be using about an 80-20 mixture, and I'm just going to eyeball it. So if you want your painting to dry more matte, use way more paint thinner and barely any oil, because the oil will increase the gloss. But I do want to keep some oil in there for a little bit of gloss and to help keep everything bound together like that. Yeah. So, and I'm going to use this. Okay. I'm going to use this medium, I think, for my whole painting because I want it to be uniform in gloss. I don't want some areas to be glossier than others. I don't want the final layer to be glossier than what's underneath. So I'm just going to add a little bit. Sort of swirl it around in there. That might be like an 80-20 ratio, or it might be like a 90-10, or somewhere like that, 75-25. And so this is my medium. It's very simple. And then now I'm going to use this medium to create an underpainting. You can do underpainting a few different kinds of ways. I'm going to be using the wash technique. And a wash is a very thin, diluted layer of paint. A wash can be watercolor, acrylic or oil paint or any other kind of paint. But when you make a wash, it's very thin and diluted. That's the key. And when you use water-based paints, you're going to be using a lot more water. This is like the water version of for oil painting. And I have my colors here. I have a yellow, a green, another green, permanent green, and sap green. And so I'm just gonna have this as my guide. And I'm not going for perfection. I mean, I am, but yeah. So to make a wash, you take a lot of paint thinner or water and you get it in the color that you want. And I'm really just going for a green, like a yellowish green here for my base layer. I like to cover the canvas as quickly as I can and get it all covered with at least one layer of paint. I work in layers, so you can see how thin that is. It's dripping. And when I first wanted to make this video, I had my setup laying flat, so it won't do this, but it's okay. And not only am I covering the canvas at first, but I'm also going to sketch in a little bit of the patterns I see, just so I can get that nice established look to it. You can use more paint thinner or you can use less. However you want to do your underpainting is up to you. I don't always do a sheer underpainting. Sometimes I do an opaque, like thicker underpainting. And yeah. And then there's some trees, so I will show you what I'm going to do with that. I joined a gallery here in Las Vegas. I'm very happy about it. It's not in the downtown art district because I didn't want to be downtown. Like, it's kind of dirty there, and like there's a lot of homeless people. And I took a stone carving class that was downtown, and I know I just don't want to have to go there. So this gallery is right down the street from me. It's cute, and they do a lot of stuff with the community, like free art for kids, like art in the park for kids. I'm excited about that because little kids and art are so cute together. So my art is hanging. My art show is over. I got asked to do it again. So we had an encore exhibit, and that got taken down at the end of November. I've been too busy to tell you all about what's been going on. And so this gallery, they want new art every month. So it's good. It's getting me creative again. And I was thinking, I just started hosting there. So because we're a nonprofit, so I'll go and host, and I'm kind of like a like a host, but not a curator. I'm not a curator yet. But so I'll get a commission of whatever I sell, and then whenever my art sells, I'll be paid for that too. And was it 2 days ago? I was in the gallery by myself, and I had in my earbuds and I had music on, and I was like bouncing around, and I was painting. I can take my art to the gallery and work on it there. So I was painting, and then we had some people coming in who wanted to buy some art, so I got to help them. And it was only like my third day. And I sold some art, so I got paid for selling someone else's art. At the same time I was painting and dancing around, and it was like, yeah, I made the right decision joining that gallery. So it's just like everything that I want to do with my life: dance, paint, make money from art. So that's one of the things I've been doing. And this gallery, they really want me to make sure my edges, like the edges are painted nicely. Oh geez. Might have to edit that out. I don't know. So yeah. This is more yellow. I'm out of yellow. Okay. And I did not mean to dip my brush into my medium, because now my medium is green. It'll be fine, but still, I didn't want that to happen. So I got most of it covered. Now I'm just gonna like go in and create some shapes. This plant, I don't know what this is. I don't know. Just some shapes. Just some happy little shapes. Just do random stuff to make your tree leaves. This middle section is kind of darker, so I'm making it a little darker here. Okay, so this is fine for me. Is it? Is it? No, it's not. Don't want this. I'm gonna smooth this out a little bit. And see, when you do a wash, everything is thin. So it all comes together nicely. Okay, so now that I have, this would be my underpainting. It's just a nice little sketch here. I gave my canvas its first layer of paint. And now the last thing that I want to show you on this video is how you can remove paint, like you can blot it to create negative space. So the easy way I would describe positive and negative space is, positive space is where there is something, like the trees and the gazebo and the person, like that's something, right? The negative space in this image, I feel, is the sky, where there's nothing. I mean, yeah, it's still sky, but these white, light blue spaces, that's negative space. So I have the positive space of the trees and the branches and stuff, and then the sky is the negative space. I could simply paint the sky with a light blue color, and I'm going to. But I also wanted to just remove some of the paint. So I'm going to blot it. I'm going to try using 2 different materials to blot. This napkin is going to give me a crisper edge, which could be useful for creating the tree trunks. But then maybe this gives me the texture of the leaves. So we'll just see where it takes us. Might need to add. Get it wet again with the paint thinner, just so it's easier to pick up some of the pigment. I left it white here because I knew I was going to be using it. And this is how I would start a pastel drawing too. I would cover pretty much the entire surface with a thin layer of color, and then I would slowly increase my shape. So this looks like a fun area to test this method out. I'm gonna just blot, and it is doing what I wanted it to do. And I could even dip it in some paint thinner. And just try to remove some of it. And can you see how it lifted up the paint and it kind of looks like leaves, kind of? That's exactly what I was going for with this, so that's good. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna do that all over, yeah. And see, I added more paint thinner right here so it lifted up more of the pigment. Oh yeah. All right, so I'm very happy with this. This has become a paint rag. So I think this video has set out everything that I intended. So now I'm gonna let this dry. And when I go in with the white to bring out the background, I guess that'll have to be another video. Yeah, I could do that. And then even what you could do right now while it's still in the sketch stage is to do the tree lines. But I don't feel like doing that right now. Do I? I don't know. Hello, George Maxwell. How have you been doing? I just saw your comment. I'm hungry and I have to eat something before I go garden. my art exhibit went as well as it could have. I wish I had, um, I wish I had promoted it more. I wish I would have made more videos about it. One time I did go to the gallery where it was like the encore showing, and I got dressed up and I wanted to make a video and talk about, like, walk around and show everyone. And it was Veterans Day, so the library was closed, and I drove like half an hour to get to the library, and it was closed. So I didn't promote it that much. You know, I was working a lot last year, just all kinds of different stuff, and I just didn't get to, I don't know, maybe it was my own time management. That's probably what it was, but still, it still came out well, and um, it really uplifted the community. I got a lot of good feedback, like a lot of good feedback. I will show you 1 second. So yeah, I had a guest book, and anyone that came in to see my art could come and leave comments. And as you can see, I got a lot of feedback, and they're all good comments. They're amazing comments, and it's like seeing these makes me know that I'm on the right track of what I'm doing in my life. Like, I'm just gonna keep pushing forward with this because I don't know what else I could do in this world other than make art. Um, so I got all these comments. Like, little kids left me comments, and it seems like I've inspired people. This one says, "Your paintings soothe me." That's a good comment. Another one says, "I thought these were photos," because I do paint from photo references. Um, and this is not even all of them. I have another stack on my dresser. Someone called me a savage with the oil paint. I really liked that. I really liked that comment because I know a lot about oil paint. It's like my favorite thing. So I've been doing art my whole life, and my dad, he's like, "Why are you making all this stuff?" Like, he's been my biggest supporter, but he's like, "Why are you doing all this?" I'm like, "I don't know. I just like to do it. I don't need a reason." But it's nice to have finally, um, I just have all my artwork at home on my walls, and I have so much artwork that it's like it's just bursting at the seams. Like, I have to start selling it or doing something with it, because there's just too much. So now, when I had the gallery show, I had like 15 paintings that were gone, and my apartment was empty. The acoustics were different because there was nothing on the walls. And now I got my art back, and I have art at my new gallery, which is more for sales. This was just for the library show, was just an exhibit. And yeah, so, and I'm gonna keep looking for more galleries to join. Where I might make more money. I don't know if the gallery I just joined is going to be the highest profitable thing, but I like what they do with the community, and I like that it's close to home, and I'm doing it for the experience to see if it's something I want to pursue more. But after I had the day where I was dancing and I sold someone's prints and I was painting, that was like peak life. So I'm going to keep going on on that. Yeah. So, and I've been pondering art. And now that I've spent the last month or so just thinking about art and researching things, and I'm ready to start making more. And um, new year, new things. Good stuff. Okay, I have to go garden, and I will be back later with more videos. Thank you.